Alright, what's going on, people? So in this video I'm going to talk about Leaptrade, explain exactly what it is and how it works. Now just bear with me for a little bit, because I know when it comes to new services and things people aren't familiar with, they're kind of skeptical at first. But just listen in and bear with me for a little bit as I explain Leaptrade and pretty much how it works and how it can be useful to you as a gamer. So Leaptrade is basically a central trading hub for gamers to trade the games they already own for other games with other gamers. So you're trading the games you have with other gamers for their games directly, or you're trading the games you have for Leaptrade in Leaptrade website credit. So let me just expand and give you examples of how basically that works. So there's two types of trades: a basic trade and an instant trade. A basic trade is when one person trades a game for Leaptrade credit. And basically what you can do with that credit is pretty much you can use that credit to get other games on the website. So for example, a basic trade, that's when one person trades a game for credit. And one question you may ask is, what makes this service different from, other services like, let's say, or stores like GameStop? For one thing, we know GameStop screws people over when it comes to the amount of value they give you. Leaptrade is more than likely to give you more value for your trade-ins. Most likely, it'll end up paying off better for you. So for example, let's say I have Grand Theft Auto 5, because that's the first game that came to mind. Let's say I don't want Grand Theft Auto 5 anymore, and I want to trade that game in. Based on what the website values Grand Theft Auto 5 at, that's how much I could possibly get for the game in Leaptrade credit, and then I could use that credit to buy another game, let's say. So, or in the instant trade, I can trade Grand Theft Auto 5 directly for another game that a gamer has. So here's how it works. So I have Grand Theft Auto 5. I trade that. Somebody else has credit. I have Grand Theft Auto 5. Another gamer user on the site has credit. Let's say it's worth $45 right now. Right? That person can use that credit to purchase my Grand Theft Auto 5. They get Grand Theft Auto 5, and I get that $45 credit. Now I can use that $45 credit to get another game possibly, and that person is obviously going to be enjoying Grand Theft Auto 5. Or in the instant trade scenario, let's say I have Grand Theft Auto 5, and let's say I want to trade, I want to get another game, and this would suit me better than trading the game into a place like GameStop, because I probably wouldn't get much value for it anymore. Let's say I wanted, just off the top of my head, Dead Rising 3. I could request Dead Rising 3, because you can request what games you want on this site, or you can trade in the games you want and request other games. So let's say I want Dead Rising 3, I could put I want request for Dead Rising 3, and then I could trade Grand Theft Auto 5 for that. So as I said, those are the two types of trade: a game trade for credit, or a game for a game. And these transactions are done directly gamer to gamer, user to user. Leaptrade is only the central hub. You're not trading to the website. The only thing they do is the processing and the transaction. They take care of, the shipping. They guarantee everything. You're covered and everything like that. So you don't have to worry about, let's say, if it gets lost in the mail or something like that, something goes wrong. They cover you. They send you the shipping label once everything is confirmed that, two gamers want to trade for either credit or two games. They send the shipping labels for to both users, so they can trade their games. The only thing you have to do is take care of the packaging itself. Now, as far as shipping costs goes, here's how it works. The people who are trading in the games have to pay for the shipping, which still isn't very much. The person who may be just using the Leaptrade credit to get the game, they don't have to pay for the shipping. They don't have to pay for the game to come to them if they're only using Leaptrade credit. But if it's two parties using both trading games, then they both have to pay for the shipping of those. And like I said, I know a lot of you, while hearing about this, might be a little skeptical, but you're completely covered if something goes wrong. For example, Leaptrade has what they call trade protection. If something goes wrong, you're covered pretty much. As you can see, it states here, if you don't receive the game you were promised or the game is broken, we will refund you the full point value of the trade. So you're completely covered. So, it's definitely a way for gamers to get what they want. It's not really, there's not many services out here where out there where you can actually trade a game for a game. So, and one of the great things about this service is when trading games for games, the actual value of the games do not matter as long as both parties agree that they want to trade. For example, like I said, let's say Rise is worth $30 now and Grand Theft Auto 5 for whatever reason is worth $45. You can still trade that $45 game for that $30 game, and you feel like you lost it's almost like you lost no money because both parties still got the game that they desired. So I just wanted to take the time out and tell you about this service that could really be useful to you. I tried to do my best explaining it, but the best way for you to understand it yourself is to go to the website and check it out yourself. And if you have any questions about the site, they have plenty of information. You can just click on the How It Works tab. They have full explanations of how exactly things work. You make an account. Like I said, there's the trade guarantee. If you go to the bottom, they have the FAQs for any questions you may still want to know. How does Leaptrade work? How does it help you save money? Just everything about the guarantees they have. As far as credit goes, how trading works, making requests, everything about that is here. And just to show you a little bit more about the value and everything like that, let's go to the search bar and type in Grand Theft Auto 5, and here it is. And let's, as you can see, it says request or trade in. So let's just click trade in to see the format. Now, as you can see, it asks you, do you have the full package, everything that comes with the game, the disc, manual, and case, or is it only the disc and case, or the disc only? And as you can see to the left, it says $45 credit. Now, right now, if you go into GameStop, you're not gonna be able to trade in Grand Theft Auto 5 and get $45 credit for it. That's not happening. So as you can see on the next page, it asks you if you would like a basic trade or an instant trade. Now, before you do instant trades, they do require you do 2 complete trade-ins before you can start instant trading with other gamers, other users. It's just a safety measure, but once you get past that, then it's definitely, it kind of opens up the table to more things that you can do. And just so you can see how request works also, let's say you did want Grand Theft Auto 5, you don't have it, you can click request, and as you can see here, the value is still the same, $45 credit, and you can even set the conditions you want. If you want the full package, or if you are okay with the disc only, or the actual disc and case, and they tell you if it's available. So all of those things, they definitely tell you all of that information right there. So yeah, that's how that works. As you can see, I've made my own account at Leaptrade, and you can add games to your collection, the games you want, and you can select a trade-in, or if you want a game, as I said, you can request it. You can buy credit also. You don't only have to trade a game in to get credit. If you want to, you can buy credit. And like I said, this is all about getting a better value than you would get from a store like, a trade-in store like GameStop or any other service on the internet. So like I said, definitely check out the website. This is definitely something I plan to use in the future. I admit I haven't used it yet, only because there really hasn't been any games I want to trade in yet. But the next time I want to trade in a game, or if there is another game that I want to get, I will do definitely. And there's a game that I don't want, and there's a game I want to get, I'm definitely going to use this service. So like I said, just definitely check out the website. Give it a chance. At least, look into it, look into their service, read a little bit about what about the website and everything they're offering, and it really could be something that you end up using a lot. It's a growing website. It's a new service. It's becoming more and more popular by the day, and I just wanted to tell everybody about it. This probably won't be the last you hear about it from me. I'm probably going to mention it in a few of my videos just to remind people to check it out. And yeah, so like I said, give it a chance and let me know what y'all think about it. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.